Morning, how are you? We're at the allotment today, so I'm going to take this down today. I've got helping hands in there, hiding. So that's coming off and I'm going to put that away for the winter. Yeah, so let's have a look. Nothing's really changed, to be honest. So apart from it's just a bit overgrown, so do a bit of weeding and get organised here, and then we'll have a look round. Let's get cracking. Right, let's have a look round. Fennel's coming on there in the middle. That's doing good. Right, I'm going to rip them up today. These are all the turnips. So I'm going to take them up. See what else I can do. Yeah, they look all right. The rocket's starting to come on nicely there. That's the rocket. I'll take all these up as well. They can all come up. Loads of weeds, so I'll weed in between these beds here. Look at my pumpkin, yay! Well, at least I've got one, and the comfrey is still trying. Look how big they grow. I'll have to dig that up next year. And I'm not holding much hope for the corn. That's definitely a fail this year. No, there's just nothing on there at all. But I'll leave it. What's in here? I'll take some spinach off today. That's the perpetual spinach there. That one along there. I'll take some of that off. I'll give that a little tickle, a little weed. I've struggled with parsnips and all this year. I've got them in there, but not in this one. More turnips there. I'll take those up. Oh, I've not been for 2 weeks. And I'll take all them onions up today as well. They can all come up. There. These beans aren't ready yet. So I'll leave those. Might take just a handful for dinner. These are all looking good. No massive changes really, it just all looks the same. And these beans still not ready yet, but some are, like those there. I'll take them off. I'll take some of them off anyway. I think the courgettes are all done, so I'll rip them up as well. The tromboncinos don't look like they're finished though, so I'll leave them. Sunflowers look like they're done. They're going to have to wait another day though. I'm not doing them today. And I'll take all them off as well. I think I'll rip them up today. Right, so I've got plenty to be getting on with. There, polytunnel covers up. Just catching him on there, running away. Yeah, so nothing's changed really, nothing massively. Right, let's get cracking and do a bit. Let's do a bit of weeding and empty some of these beds. Right, let's go. Brew time. This time of year, when you're getting older, it's not great when you've got joint problems. So just going to have a little bit of a chat about arthritis. I struggle in this time of year, so when it starts getting damp and cold, my joints, as everybody with arthritis knows, suffer massively. So this is where I struggle. So I'm trying to get ahead with my garden and with my allotment, so that when the really cold weather hits, I don't have to come down. So this is why I was saying that in winter, when it's really cold, I'll probably do some cooking videos instead, because gardening in winter for me is really tough, and it's getting worse each year. Each year I can tell that it's just, my arthritis is getting just a tiny bit worse each year. So obviously by the time you get to a ripe old age, if I make it, fingers crossed, say, then that's why older people, when they're, you know, getting in the late 70s and 80s, need that heat and need that extra warmth, because the joints just don't function the same in the winter as they do in the summer. So if you do know somebody, your grandparents, or just even a neighbour or anybody that's getting on a bit, maybe walks with a stick or a frame, and you don't perhaps see them as much in winter, then just check on them, make sure they're all right, see if they want something from the shops, because it's just harder when you get to that stage. And you know, I never realised until I actually got to my late 50s and I started realising that I'm only just in my late 50s really, but yeah, that's when you realise when things start going downhill. Not that I've got major health problems, but when your joints start deteriorating. And obviously I've been diagnosed with osteoarthritis. So each year you just notice it and it gets worse. And my mum used to have it and my grandma had it as well. And I never thought anything of it. You know, when you're young, you think, nah. But you wait, you young'uns, you wait till you get older and you start with this pain. Because honestly, some days you just feel like crying because you can't, but you've just got to keep moving, folks, just keep going. Right, what shall I do next? I'm going to pick some tree cabbage next. I'm going to get some of that, and I'm going to take the onions up, so let's do that. That's all right. So we've got no sign of rot on them. They'll look quite nice. So yeah, they're okay. So I don't think they'll get time to cure. So when you pick onions, you're supposed to leave them to dry. So you put them in your shed or in a dry area, greenhouse or anywhere really, conservatory. Doesn't really matter where you put them as long as it's dry. I used to hang mine, you know, on a vegetable rack, and thread them through the vegetable rack so there was that way up. Cut them off, just cut those off there, not too low, and then leave them, and they dry. So all the outer skin dries. It's called curing, and then that's what gives you that, you know, that crispy one when you buy them from the shops and they've got all the crispy outer skin. That's called curing. And the stalks will dry, so you don't cut the stalks off. Well, you can come off, but only to, you know, about there really. And then when all this dries, then they can be cut off and then stored, and they'll store for well, you should get really about 9 months, 10 months out of them if they're cured. But mine won't even reach that curing stage because I haven't got that many. And they'll go, they'll be used quite quickly. You'll find as well that when you grow your own onions, when you use them straight away, they're more juicier than your dried onions. They have more of they have like a whitish liquid that comes out, so they're more juicier, but they're not as strong neither, but they taste great. They're great fresh, so I eat them as they are, and that's it. Never get a chance to cure. I did cure them last year actually, because I had quite a lot last year. But yeah, that's it. Right, that's me done. So I've got quite a nice little harvest there. So just because you're in autumn, it doesn't need to stop, it keeps growing. We've got plenty to go at. So I've emptied that bed there. I've left some onions because they're not quite there yet, but I've took the ones that have all flopped over at the necks. So I've took those. And that's it, really. So you have a great weekend. I've got my Sunday dinner stuff, so I'll be doing a Sunday dinner. And I'll see you in the week. Bye for now. Have a good weekend. Bye.